Hi you guys, and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. So, last episode we finished off the Road of Sacrifice up this ladder, and we made it to Farron Keep. You can hear lots of sludgy stuff. This is not a secret. Yep, didn't think so. It's never been a secret in the past. And Farron Keep is much less a keep and much more of a gross bog. It's a poisonous bog. As I demonstrated last episode, if I stand in there, my poison meter goes up. The key to surviving Farron Keep is keeping your bearings, and even if you do get poisoned, just play well and try and get to the next bonfire and let the bonfire deal with the poison most of the time. So, let's see if we can do that. These guys are easy, but they do that. And they're very slow, so unless you want to spend all day standing on the shore waiting for them to come to you, you're going to have to get yourself a little bit mucky. And they can spit sometimes, like this one is doing. But they're relatively easy. Got a ragged mask. What doth a ragged mask? Oh. I do that way too often. Ragged mask. Rag that covers the wearer's mouth, likely a makeshift item that helped reduce intake of various poisons and noxious fumes. And indeed, it should have a reasonably high poison stat. And even higher curse stat, apparently. Curse you don't face very often, but we want to stick to trying to get to different land masses here. So, welcome back to Dark Souls 3. It has been a little while since our last episode. I've had some computer troubles. If you haven't watched the latest vlog, I had some issues with my RAM, which have been solved since, so we're back to Dark Souling it up. This is fine, these guys, I'm just going to avoid them, honestly. I'm going to run into the swamp, grab my item, and run out. And run across here. Great. Now, the thing about this area is that there are lots of little gifty items everywhere, but in order to get them, you've got to get yourself into trouble a lot. Like over here. I think it's either at the end of this or just under this. Not so much over there, huh? Guess it must be just this one. It's probably another one of those that I'm thinking about. We're going to get poisoned here, but we did get an Estus shard. Oh, only just. Only just. Titanite shard. So poison, as you can see, is just slowly eating away at my health, and it won't stop until the poison clears. And considering the amount of health that I have right now and the amount of poison to go down, I'll probably die before that actually happens. Before it actually wears off. Stone Parma. It's a shield. As you can see though, once you're poisoned, you're poisoned. It doesn't fill up again or anything. So, for what it's worth, we can just kind of muck around. Literally in the muck. Oh dear. Probably should not be getting hit this often. But that's what an Estus is for. I said that's what an Estus is for. Not a kukri. See, more and more items. More and more items. There is actually a purpose to Farron Keep, and it's not just running through muck. It's, we're trying to light some fires. Woo! Hey, buddy. Oh, that was gonna never work. No, 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 no. That's a nasty grab that he does. That purple thing. This is a, you saw me fight a Dark Wraith much, much earlier. But this is another one. Struck too soon. That's it for him. Cracked red eye orb. That guy, however, unlike the first one we fought, does respawn Sage's Coal. So we can, in fact, farm him. And some people do. Because if you farm him, you can get their armour. And their weapon. And their weapon, until recently, I believe, was pretty much overpowered. As far as one-handed swords go. So a lot of people in the PvP meta would use the Dark Wraith sword. Right. We've come all around here and we've kind of avoided the main route to this area by doing that. Oh god. Yeah, we're dead. That's okay, we didn't have that many souls. He has absorbed my souls though, little holdover from Bloodborne. So we will have to kill him to take our souls back. That's okay, we'll go the main way now because we're not actually after all the little extra bits of loot. So we can kind of just avoid everyone. So yeah, I kind of like half stopped between my explanation of what was happening with the RAM. So, the RAM fell over in my system, which stopped me from being able to record. I was able to use the computer, but I didn't have enough RAM, good RAM left in the computer, to be able to play games and record at the same time, so it was not able to work. It was quite bad, actually. I was kind of going a bit stir-crazy. So, being that I was going a bit stir-crazy, I ended up purchasing some more RAM instead of just going with the warranty. I am still processing the warranty, of course, but that is still being processed, and I still haven't heard from the department yet. So, who knows when that'll happen. Probably another week from now, but I wasn't prepared to wait that long, so I ended up purchasing some more RAM, which has allowed me to start recording again. So that is the story of that. So these are these fires that we have to extinguish, and there are 3 of them. FromSoft can make even extinguishing a fire seem mystical. So that is the first part of 3. Once we have extinguished all 3 torches, that big stone door you saw in the cinematic will open. If that was not clear. But we're already back to where our leapy friend killed us, as you can see. And it should go a lot smoother this time, since I'm not extremely low on health and totally distracted. No. That went far better than I thought it would. Didn't even have to swing my sword. Alright, so we got our stuff back. Continuing in the fashion that I was doing things before, we're not going to go the main way. We're going to continue trying to get extra things and stuff. Got this friend over here. Hello, friends. 2 of them. Multiple friends. Notice me. Good boy. Alright. I just don't like fighting multiple at once. But since I'm already poisoned, it doesn't really matter if I stand around and wait for things to happen. They are reasonably easy. There is ways to get through. You'll notice there's deeper bits of swamp that are making me move slower. And this is where this area gets the most difficult if you aren't familiar with it. And you can actually abuse the backstep special of a dagger in order to move through swamp very, very quickly. Otherwise, you just have to do what I do and roll through it. And here's that one that I was thinking about when I first tried to go up that bridge. Hi, friend. Bad move. We will check out that greatsword forthwith. I think I can afford to leave you guys alone. They get poisoned again for sure. And what gift? Purple moss clump. The purple moss clump clears poison. We don't really need to. As I've kind of explained. There is a really big dude. Those guys are difficult, but not impossible. We're going to go this way. If you can see where we are, there's that first bridge I tried going up. And this is that little dome thing. And looks like I forgot an item underneath, maybe. Maybe? No, it's just a particularly bright spot. Now, I am going to go back this way. Because I'm going to try and get to a different spot in the swamp. Once again, avoiding the main route. Unlike the previous area we were in, I can forgive you if this one has made 0 sense while I've been running around it. It does take quite a while to get your bearings in this place. Because it absolutely looks the same wherever you go. There's little bits of architecture and things that you can remember that help you navigate, but otherwise it's much the same wherever you go. Like this wall is what's helping me navigate. And we're going toward a little bit of an area. Yeah, with basilisks. These guys are so much fun. See that skull there that we got? That is curse. Curse is bad news. If it gets full, you die. It's that simple. But if I'm careful, we can avoid it. Come here, friend. That's it. Mostly we just want to avoid hanging out in the cloud. If we can, we try to attract it towards us to do that jumping one, because the jumping one, apparently I rolled it to death. Apparently the jumping one, the smoke doesn't spread as much. And there are so many basilisks in here. Oh, no, out of the cloud. As you can see, we got 3 with us right now. I'm just trying to roll myself to a better spot. Not good. Not good at all. They're so staggered in their attacks right now that I'm not getting a good opportunity to hit any of them. Oh. That's bad news, Bears. Lock on, please. I was trying to get it to lock on to the rightmost one, but it wouldn't do it. Alright. One of them. Oh dear. I've got quite a lot of curse, and I don't want to get much more curse than this, because that means if I made a mistake right now, I would probably die. Could you guys stagger your attacks less? That would be real good. That would be real good. Alright. You have made a mistake, my friend. Yeah? Oh, that one's a smarty pants. Come on. Right. Moving on. Just slowly trudging our way through the swamp. I like making sure that I get all the items that are in the swamp areas of this Farron keep out of the way first, because it means that I don't have to go back and get them later. As slow and annoying as it is to trudge through this stuff. With the constant losing health and the basilisks and the wraiths and the slime things and then poison dogs. Soul of a Nameless Soldier. There is technically a quicker way to get to where I am right now, but I chose to do it this way because, again, I like to get this stuff out of the way. ASAP. There he is. More. I'm not done with basilisks yet. Oh, roll, 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 roll. Oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I'm stuck in the cloud. Come here. You're being extremely rude. Right. That could have gone so much worse. I'm glad it didn't. This way. We have one more friend. Hello, friend. Hope you don't mind. I'm gonna stab your butt. And you come out here. Come on. No, don't do that attack. Yeah, that one. You got it. Right. I'm being very mean to my stamina. Jump. Jump at me. Fine, I'll just attack you then. You don't want to attack? That's fine by me. So many basilisks. Right. But that should have been the last one. We can now go in here. Which gets us a golden scroll. And somewhere around here. Oh, right in front of me. A chest. Antiquated dress, antiquated gloves, antiquated skirt. We will take a look at those right now. So, antiquated gloves. Long ago, sewn in the long-lost fashion, the elaborately embroidered ivory-coloured silk is imbued with ancient magic power. Yes. And I think that all says the same thing. Yes, it does. However, this dress is the dress of a character from Dark Souls 1. Go figure. And where's that golden scroll? Golden scroll chronicling the vast research of the Xanthius scholars. Give to a sorcerer to learn the arts of Ulasil. In the lost land of Ulasil, the sorcery is out... Oh, my reading is all sorts of bad today. In the lost land of Ulasil, the sorcery is orchestrated light and was said to shine in golden hues. Ulasil also fell to darkness, so funny you should mention the whole golden lights of hues. So, moving right along with our swamp adventure. I am, in this episode, going to go far enough to get that stone door open, regardless of how long that takes. We have angry poison monster over here. He's not a good friend. He's absolutely not a good friend. But we shall attempt to do our best. They either go down very easily or with a lot of difficulty. And as scary as the skulls are, it's best to ignore them, because the skulls don't do anywhere as much damage as his other attacks. And if you don't know what I mean by the skulls, because I didn't focus long enough on them, the red stuff that was coming out of the ground under his log staff thing is what I was talking about. So, slimy dudes. Hi, slimy dudes. Being a bit reckless here, but that's okay. Because we are done. Undead Bone Shard. That is why we kill the slimy dudes. Okay, and we should just be about, yes there it is, a ladder. This ladder is going to get us to a bonfire. So we shall climb our way to the top, and this will get us to our first Covenant bonfire, I think. No, it's our second one, because our first one was the grave underneath the cursed tree that we fought. But this is the second Covenant bonfire. So the area below us is now reset, but we will have all our Esterson stuff back. Pray to the old wolf of Farron. Do you remember the Way of the Blue? Because right now the Covenant that I have equipped is the Warriors of Sunlight, but we have Way of the Blue and the Blue Sentinels. So the Blue Sentinels are who use this Covenant. And you can pray to the old wolf, and I got Legion Etiquette, but you can give them wolf grass, I think it's called. Might not be called wolf grass. I don't think I have one. It's something like wolf grass, but you give it to that person to increase your standing with that wolf. To increase your standing with the Covenant. Now you saw that item with the dude hanging out of the corner. Well, that is quite easy to get to. There we go. Dream Chaser Ashes. And in the meantime, I got distracted and the crystal lizard got away. Oh well. Now we're going to do something extra fun, because we're not done up here out of the swamp. We need to go back into Nick Wolfie's house and take this elevator up here in the corner. This will take us to the big bridge. You remember right after I killed... Ooh, what's happening with the bridge's graphics? You'll remember right after I killed Vort of the Boreal Valley. We took the help of the gargoyles to get to the undead settlement. In the undead settlement, to enter the undead settlement, we had to cross a bridge, or a piece of a bridge. Well, this is the other side of the piece of the bridge, and I'll show you that in a second. And we're also going to kill that dude over there. But we're first going to go this way. Is it this bit we jump off? No, it's further along. Here. Secrets! Right. So you can hear undead dudes. Don't worry about them. They're the easy kind. We have 2 crystal lizards, though. So, we want to make sure that we murder the crystal lizards. Both crystal lizards. To get 2 large titanite shards. And a lightning spear. And right there is where we were standing when we found that similar looking dude. Can't really see them up close from where we are, but the similar looking dude that I can't remember the name of, who died in our sanctuary. That's where we found him, and we're on the other side of the bridge now. It's pretty neat how connected the world is. Dragon Crest Shield! Now, I believe that's what we replaced you with. Yes. It is what we replace you with. So, Dragon Crest Shield is much the same. And look, there's another crystal lizard. But it's got more fire protection. And honestly, you need to protect yourself against fire more often than you need to protect yourself against dark. So, oh, shut up. I'm busy. Heavy gem. Alright, he probably woke everyone up, but that's okay. We're going to ignore them, to be honest. And we're going to jump down here. And now we're back on the other side. Right. Old demon. This is a big old demon dude over here. As you can see, he's not on fire, though. And I expect for a demon to not be on fire is probably a sign of its age. Just time things well and... not like that. Time things well and all will be well. Oh, I kicked him. That was accidental. I am not reading his movements well for when he does a tail swipe. And down he goes. Soul of a stray demon. Kind of a mini-boss. And a great axe. Oh yes, we didn't look at the great sword, did we? And an ember. Cool. So, with that guy out of the way, let's take a look at the stuff that we got. We got the great sword down in Farron Keep. This ultra greatsword with its thick blade is one of the heaviest of its kind, highly destructive if intolerably heavy. There would appear to be some credence to the rumours that the sword tested the true limits of human strength. Cool, and we also got the Great Axe. Great Axe resembling a hunk of raw iron. If one possesses the inhuman strength required to lift the weapon, the great heft of its attacks will send foes flying. However, since every swing makes use of one's entire body, attacks leave the wielder wide open to retaliation. That's very cool too. Alright, and we also got the Soul of a Lost Demon. Was it Soul of a Lost Demon or an Old Demon? I think it was Lost Demon. That will be somewhere. I forget which category they keep souls in. This one. Soul of a Stray Demon, one of the twisted souls steeped in strength, used to acquire numerous souls or transposed to extract its true strength. The Stray Demon, now lacking even a trace of flame, was once the gatekeeper of Lothric. So there you go, very important role for that demon. However, the poor thing kind of lost its way as the world started dying. Call it a poor thing, but it is a demon after all. Although in Dark Souls, demons aren't necessarily bad, I guess. They're just chaotic. And chaos could be considered bad, I guess, depending on your view of things. But let us continue with Farron Keep. I'll take a rest here and keep going. So it won't be long until we're done here. Now that we got that bit out of the way, and land on some slimes down below. Quickly dealt with. Whoa, no, I want to pick up the item. There we go, poison gem. So this way. Through the mucky muck. Ah, you got me. Another Titanite shard. All these little glowy things all over the place. At this point, we're looking for one particular area to get to. Nameless Knight Armor. We'll take a look at that in a bit. It will probably be our new armor to use at the moment. Move on from the Thorn Armor. It's kind of dangerous to do it here because I think the slimes know where I am. Nameless Knight. Here you are. Helm of a Nameless Knight, crafted with thin metal greatly reinforced by grooved finish. Yeah, it's still just a bit paranoid about the grooved finish. Alright, there's not a lot of information on that one, unfortunately. Now, this guy is probably going to see me, unlike the last one, before I actually get to him. Because this is deep sludge. But I'm going to try. No. Now, ignore the skulls. It's tempting. It's tempting to let the skulls get to you, but try not to. Because this tree trunk hurts a lot more than the skulls do. Alright. So that guy's out of the way. I promise I will put the Nameless Knight armor on, I just want to get somewhere a little safer. Yeah, there we go, we got one of the things that we hand in for Wolf Friend. Wolf's Blood Swordgrass. So you give that to get Covenant points with being a Blue Sentinel. Sunlight Talisman. And Estus soup. Let's look at the Sunlight Talisman, shall we? Sunlight Talisman. There. The Knight of the Sunlight's personal talisman for casting miracles of the gods. The talisman bears the knight's own holy illustration, an emblem of his unwavering faith. Use of the talisman skill fills the user with similar steadfastness. Unfaltering prayer. Temporarily increase the poise while casting miracles, preventing enemy attacks from interrupting prayer. Works while equipped in either hand. That's actually very useful. Especially since I think poise was updated in a recent patch to Dark Souls to work more like it did in Dark Souls 1. They kind of used poise the same way they did in Bloodborne in the original kind of, I guess, statistics of Dark Souls 3, and poise wasn't very useful at all in Bloodborne. So they've kind of fixed that because people were grumpy about the fact that they couldn't play, or the same kind of interesting builds that people created for their characters in Dark Souls 1 weren't going to work in Dark Souls 3. So we have 3 of those dudes at a time. The interesting thing about this is I think we can get 1 at a time to follow us. One of them has an item that we want for collection reasons. Not that I'm probably going to use it, but that is also an item that we want on the ground. So we can't just go in and grab that item and run away, because then we'd miss out on the item one of them has. So we're going to have to deal with this quite carefully. Let's see if I've got any items I can put onto the quick bar here instead to try and get one of their attention without the others. We could ember up. We have fire bombs. Let's equip some fire bombs. Oops. And also, let's put ember on there. Okay. So, hello friends. Don't all attack at once. Alright. Come here. Ah yeah, that's the attack that I really hate. He gets his tree stuck in the ground, and I always forget that that is an attack that we have to avoid. Ah, and we got the item that we wanted, so that was the right one to kill. So the next thing to do, I guess, is not necessarily to kill both of them, but to try and get that item and run away. I think it's more interesting if we try and beat them, don't you? Especially since we only have 2 Estus left. Here we go. Alright. This ain't good. They are quite fast. A lot faster than they look, that's for sure. So we're gonna grab that. That wasn't the item that I thought it was, by the way. So maybe it wasn't wise to try and attack them. Excuse me, sir. Alright, we should be okay now. Oh, no you don't. And we will take a look at that bow, I promise. Just have to clear these guys out. And I could have gotten an attack of opportunity on that guy, but I didn't have the stamina for it. Sage's Scroll. Hi, friend. Used up all my stamina blocking you. It's not very nice. Now, these dead mushroom people are a reference to Dark Souls 1, and I can't remember where in the game you find them, so forgive me, but they are a reference. And sadly, they're all dead. Because they were alive in Dark Souls 1, but now they're dead. Soon we'll be done with the swamp trudging. Got this last bit over here to do. And then all the major bits would have been looted. We have a swamp crab. It's okay though. The swamp crab is no big deal. For you see, there is a white tree. Okay, I'm gonna die anyway, apparently. That's what I was waiting for. As you can see, the white tree means the giant's gonna attack. But he took his time. He certainly took his time. I kind of pushed it anyway, so it's fine. We'll work our way back there. It's not hard. It's actually easier to go from the other direction. From another bonfire. So, we'll just avoid those. And move on, shall we? We'll get to the next bonfire. Well, not the next bonfire, but the... No, it is the next bonfire. The bonfire after the bit where we need to extinguish another one of those fires. We have to fight this guy, though. We can run from him, but... yeah. That's what I wanted to avoid. I didn't know when he was next going to do it, but... I'm going to die. Come up over here. It's a lot more fair if you come over here. Oh dear. Oh dear. We haven't really had the worst amount of problems killing those guys. They are just kind of overwhelming though. Forgot about this guy. We'll probably just ignore him, to be honest. Right. Apparently we weren't gonna ignore him. He's dead. Extinguish fire. And keep moving. So, next, I believe, is a bridge. Unless I've got my fires mixed up, which I could have. Gotta watch out for that leaping attack. It hurts a lot. And this guy is obsessed with it. Alright, moving on. Yeah, I think I got my fires mixed up. So we're back over in Basilisk lands, which isn't so useful because we don't need to be over here due to the fact that we've dealt with all the basilisks. So we're going to go back the other way. See, even I get mixed up in this area. And I like to think I have a better sense of direction than most people. So we're mostly just going to go back the way we came until we get to a different spot. entirely. There is a linear path through this place, which is kind of marked out by these fires, but we have completely ignored it for the sake of loot. Okay, so if we follow the path, there's the door, which means somewhere around here. Is it you? I think it might be you. We follow this up. We'll end up going backwards through an area to extinguish the second fire in the area. As you can see, those guys are facing the wrong direction. I am going to ember up here. And this is because I'm trying to bait out a certain character. And of course, characters will only attack you if you're embered. Can you not? Can you not with the poison breath? Oh. Not fair. They're taking their turns, so I can't get them. There we go. I think we'll just press on. I have enough Estus to make this worthwhile. Alright, so we've got another guy facing the wrong direction. Well, he was facing the wrong direction until he noticed me. Purple moss clamp. And the final fire. Right, now the true Farron Keep is open to us. So, as I was saying, this bonfire, it's much easier to get to that white tree from. We will sit here first. And then we want to follow the path down and to the left. The white tree, as you can see, is over there. I hope you could see that. Not as cinematic with my camera controls as a lot of people. I'm a lot more, what do you call it? Utilitarian? No. Functional. I'm a lot more functional with my camera controls. Alright, let's get you over to White Tree, Mr. Krabs. Because I don't feel like fighting you myself. Yeah, any time. Just when you feel like it. There it goes. You could aim a little better though, Giant, to be fair. And that's one dead crab. And we'll take a look at that lingering dragon crest in a second. More young white branches. Soul of a nameless soldier. Ember. Gold pine bundle. So much loot around here. More souls, and of course my souls, which are laying over there, waiting patiently for me to come and pick them up. Alright. Cool. So, we got this Crown of Dusk. Feathered crown bestowed upon the Princess of Ulasil, land of an ancient golden sorceries. Through the Guardian Elizabeth's blessing, this raises the power and effects of the wearer's magic, but damage suffered by magic attacks rises in tandem. Ooh. I don't think we got any new armor other than the Lost Knight. We did get new weapons though. So we got the Black Bow of Farron, black longbow named after the hero of old, known for the unusual stance from which it is fired. Has a longer range than standard bows, but successful usage requires a trained, dexterous hand. Yes, you do need considerable dexterity to use it. And it's probably the main weapon that a bow playthrough uses. We also didn't look at the stone palmer. A round stone shield once carried by an old knight who turned to stone himself. That's why you find it amongst the basilisks. It has powerful defensive properties for its size, but is extremely heavy. Alright. So we're basically done. I just have to get to the next bonfire, which is back this way. Is it? Yes. I was getting my bearings off the tree. Alright, we're back onto Shallow Swamp. So run through here. Oh, candles. Those went in the cinematic. And we have a dude giving a lecture up there to other dudes which are down there. So we're going to go up here and kill the lecture dude. Because wouldn't that be funny? Somebody just coming up behind your professor and stabbing them in the back. That's a horrible thought. Hello, storyteller. Don't mind me, friend. Don't mind me one little bit. Dang it! Well, that's him dealt with anyway. Which means these guys aren't going to wake up. They're busy ritualing. Okay. So we're safe from them. You're a dude. Thought I never noticed you. Well, you're not a dude anymore. Shriving stone. Still haven't actually found a use for shriving stone, generally because I don't regret choices I make when it comes to enchanting my weapons. So, yeah. I've never really needed it. Okay, so moving right along. Overlooking more of the swamp. We get into dangerous lands right here, and I'm going to run straight through it. That we're going to save for next episode. But, right here, we get to a very important bonfire. One which is going to affect us for the future episodes, actually. Let's go back to the shrine to finish up the episode. So in just under an hour, I've got through a section of the game all the way up to the next boss. What we'll be doing next episode is not fighting the boss likely, or we might towards the end, it depends on how quickly things happen. I'm actually going to be doing some grinding. Not so much to kill the boss, but to get my favourite armour in the game. Okay, so in the meantime though, we're going to wear this stuff. Hopefully I can manage the weight of it. Looks like I will be able to. Yeah. I think I actually managed that easier than I managed the Thorn's armor weight. And we'll go and level up. Jerky face, jerky face. Does whatever a jerky face does.
Speak then. Very well. Then touch the darkness, take nourishment from these
Yay! Alright, so what are we working on still? Probably endurance.
Elucidated by fire, burrow deep within the
And
retreating to a darkness beyond the
I think then we'll get vigor.
Let them assume a new master.
Great. So now we have 18 endurance, 21 vigor, 20 strength, 18 vitality, 14 dexterity, and I'll just ignore the 10s.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Cool. So, that does that for this episode, guys. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.